And one of the things that we found is farming is not cookie cutter. We have multiple farms here in Arizona, and we don't operate each one the same way because the neighborhoods are different. The needs are different. How to connect with people are different. Price points are different. The marketing pieces look different. And so we give a wide gamut of different things that have worked for us.
Hello there, Keller Williams Rockstar. Sean Pollard here with the MAPS BGA team, and we are here to promote another outstanding group coaching course. This is an outstanding program for people that need to really work on building up a database. It is called Farming Will Make You Millions, and I have the pleasure to have Scott Kooiman here, that is one of the originators of this courses and the teacher of the course. Scott, how are you doing today, bud?
Excellent. How you doing?
I'm doing really well. Now, we don't have your sidekick here, Kenny. Can you tell us a little bit about the two of you and how you got into building up this group coaching course and why it's important?
You know, we've been farming, Kenny and I, for quite a while. Kenny got into it way back when he first moved to this area back in 2001. He was a FedEx driver, and he was so used to working neighborhoods that when he got into real estate, it was just like, man, I just got to go do this route, get to know everybody in the area. And he didn't grab any books on farming. He just started doing it. And I don't think he knew what farming was at that point. And then all of a sudden everybody says, hey, you're farming. And he says, yeah, I am. And it's grown significantly throughout the years. It is our top two sources of business are our database and our farm. And most of the people in our database came from the farm. And so we just continue to push in that way. And, you know, we had talked to so many people and everybody had questions, and we'd go do like a little farming class somewhere. Everybody still had questions because, you know, we can only give nuggets in 2 hours. And so we started to dive into, and we wanted to get better at what we were doing as well. So we started to put together our own manual so we could learn, okay, why do we do this? We're doing this, it's working. Why is it working? So we started to go backwards a little bit, found out why things were working, and fleshed things out a little bit further going forth using those same principles.
So Scott, I love that story. And, you know, it's funny with real estate how we always find that these common sense jobs or strategies kind of roll over into real estate. And basically, so the fact that he was out driving these routes, it really gave him a new perspective on how to really saturate an area and really get to know those clients. And when we talk about farming, it's really about building that database relationship. Is that right?
Yeah, building the relationships, you know, both through branding, because we're building a relationship through branding, you know, as we send out our marketing pieces and people engage with those marketing pieces, and then we go to the listing appointment, they feel like we already have a relationship. You know, if we pick up the phone and do some prospecting in an area that we already have brand recognition, we're continuing a conversation versus starting one off because they've already engaged with our pieces, engaged with our brand. But even more so, we want to do the route, get to know the local business people, get to know the local community leaders, and build those relationships. And it's really neat to be able to build relationships with people in our farm that maybe they bought before we started farming. They have no intention of moving. They may never be a client, but they're referring us business. And so
that's awesome.
It's a huge thing. And that's, you know, you can't farm without relationships.
Well, and I love how you really break it down. Of course, you can get the information on the MAPS group coaching website, but you talk about building a geographic farm and having that be your database. So tell us a little bit about the course, how many weeks it is, and what people are going to learn. It's going to launch on September 26th, so it's coming right around the corner.
Yes.
But just tell us a little bit about the course and what to expect if they enroll.
We dive right into why we farm and some of the reasons there, because we want to pay attention to that. And the reason that we farm really is just positioning. We want to position ourselves in the brains of everybody in our farm so that when they think if they're thinking about buying or selling, the first thing that comes to their mind is Klaus team. Even in our farm, even if Uncle Joe is a realtor, the first thing that comes to their mind tends to be the Klaus team, because that's where we want to be. 75% of listing appointments are just one agent. And so we want to be that one agent. And so we focus on that from the start. We talk about choosing a farm, really from a business mindset versus a, boy, I love this area mindset, because we want to make a business decision. And so we look at those numbers, look at the equations, things that we want to pay attention to. We really dive into quite a bit into branding and positioning, looking at even at the psychology behind it, so that we're making the right decisions all along the way, and we can use psychology to get in their brains. We look at different ways to connect with people. Our big go-to is a direct mail newsletter. We send one out every single month. We're working on our next one to go out as we speak. We look at different activities we can do throughout the park or throughout the farm. And one of the things that we found is farming is not cookie cutter. We have multiple farms here in Arizona, and we don't operate each one the same way, because the neighborhoods are different. The needs are different. How to connect with people are different. Price points are different. The marketing pieces look different. And so we give a wide gamut of different things that have worked for us, have worked for other people who are farming in different areas. And we give examples of all those things as well. We get into prospecting as well. We look at scripting for, if you're doing circle prospecting, picking up the phone, working a dialer, how those conversations differ in a farm. Because like I said before, you're continuing the conversation versus introducing yourself on each call. And we also have a brand that we need to protect all along the way. And so we look at how those conversations are a little bit different. We look at what the farm route looks like, how we get around to connect with people, the conversations that we have, the items of value that we're able to provide them, because we want to come in always providing value, always providing value. And from those conversations, we also look at how to build brand ambassadors in our farm. One of the things that we've been able to do in our farm too is create a giving culture within the farm, something that we're able to do collectively with all the residents. We've made a 501c3 nonprofit. We do collections. Right now we're doing a water drive to make sure that the homeless people in Mesa have enough water to drink. And so we work with the city on that. And as we talk about how to create that giving culture in the farm, how to find opportunities to participate, not just in your business, but to participate with the people in the neighborhood. We just had a lady come by yesterday. She's an elderly lady. She finds out when the water's on sale, and she can fit about 2 cases in her trunk. So she makes about 3 trips, comes, and we got to haul the water in for her. It's just a lot of fun, and she enjoys doing it too. We talk about niche farming, things like working with iBuyers. Finding different ways that we want to market, but we could do that because we're already marketing. We just change up the call to action, change up the messaging on the piece. And so we're able to market to other groups within our farm, and it doesn't cost us anything to do. And so we teach agents how to find those niche opportunities so we can expand our base within our farm and reach people that we're not already reaching with the pieces that are already going to their door. And then we talk about, in our last session, we talked about connecting online and different ways to connect with people through social media, through apps and things like that. So it's 12 weeks, hour-long call each week. And we have a lot of networking in between those calls as well. We get on social media, some great forums where people can ask questions, have some answers, and kind of share ideas.
I'll tell you, Scott, that is an outstanding description of that class. And this is what we want agents to know, that these resources are out there. You don't need to go out and make it up yourself. It's been done before. I love the fact that what you're talking about. It's called
R&D. It's rip off and duplicate. and so we're giving it all out there so people can just, duplicate. And it's funny. We will look throughout the country and people will send us their newsletters and it looks exactly like ours. And we're fine with that. Just take it with it.
Yeah. Well, and that's the great thing is, and I love how you say it's not cookie cutter. And just to go to this event, to be intentional about the conversation and about your farming, then it's going to really start to grow for you. And I love the fact that you're going to give them a lot of ideas that they could, duplicate and put into different markets so they stand out. That is in connecting with the community. I think that's brilliant. Being able to connect.
We've built the course so that it is a business plan. If you put it together and at the end of it, you've got a business plan for your farm. And it's a business that does a lot more than, when you're just doing real estate and just going out and picking up the phone and calling expireds and cancels, you have a job it's just, you know, if you don't go to work, it's not going to happen. But when you farm, you're creating a business that'll last for quite a while. You're building a brand that'll last for quite a while. And that brand may be more valuable over time than your database when you decide to retire.
I'm telling you, I absolutely love this. You've got me excited about farming. And if I am an agent now and I'm watching this video, I am going to go to the MAPS BGA at KW.com. That's MAPS BGA at KW.com. Reach out so that I can get enrolled in the program, or I'm going to go to the KW MAPS coaching website so that I can get enrolled in this program. It starts September 26th. Run, do not walk, so you can build that farm. And I love the idea of a millionaire real estate business being created. Scott, thanks so much, my friend.
Thank you, Sean.
All right, guys, get into that course, and thank you.